Okay, we come to the Texas church shooting, okay, within the Bible Belt of the US. Now this footage, I'll briefly say something about, is from Hero Describes Chasing Alleged Texas Church Shooter, okay? Hero describes chasing alleged Texas church shooter. I love how they say alleged shooter. I mean, he supposedly shot all these people dead, and the number keeps changing, as usual with all these pigging hoaxes. No booker can keep to the script. It's always alleged. You know, it's like in courts, isn't it? The alleged shot dead the shopkeeper. I got it on footage. Well, why are you calling the pigging alleged, you puddin', if you've got it on video? Oh, is the video being tampered? No. Well, how can he be the alleged? Or even the accused? He's the guilty. Banana. Now then, let's listen to this. Let's have a look at this footage.
Johnny Lingendorf, he is the hero who helped chase down
safe
the
presenter as usual.
Massacre. I asked him to tell us what happened the moment he spotted the gunman.
I had parked at the intersection where I'd seen the shooter come out from the church, and a gentleman, the neighbor of the church, had come out yielding a rifle, and the two men started exchanging gunfire. From there...
Well, he did join them. Gunman did join them. So what's wrong with that? Eh? A bit of a shooting. So, this glazed-eyed, hat-wearing kid with all his tattoos parked at a junction.
From the church, and a gentleman, the neighbor of the church, had come out yielding a rifle, and the two men started exchanging gunfire. From there, the shooter jumped in his vehicle where he had the door open and the engine running, ready to go, and fled the scene. At that time, the neighbor with the rifle came to my truck, and he opened my door and said he just shot up the church and got in, and he said chase him, and so that's what I did. I just
you just can't make it up, but these buggers do, don't they? What a fallacious story this is, eh? A key thump, eh? He's either been doped up on something or he's hypnotised. He's certainly robotic, and his eyes are frigging away with the clouds. You know, they're just glazed. His manner is stiff. He's wooden. He's showing no real feelings. Where's the picking human feelings? There isn't any. He's just standing there like a picking mannequin with an hat on. Oh dear. Right, so the so-called gunman comes out. He's parked up on a junction. The neighbour of the church comes out with a rifle, starts shooting at the gunman, but misses him. The gunman has his door open and his engine running. So why didn't the neighbour manage to shoot and maim or wound or kill the shooter? Because at some point the shooter stopped. We know this because he's got to get in the pigging car. He's got to get his frigging rifle in the car, he's got to get himself in the car, so he's turned and grabbed onto the door, and his back is towards the neighbour who's shooting. The neighbour doesn't shoot him. You know, doesn't hit him. Seeing as the fellow has just come out of the church, the car must be relatively close to the church. And the neighbour is close to the pigging church. So, when this guy's turned his back to get into his car, the neighbour must have at least got within feet of the fella and could have shot him through the pigging window. What was the point in the gunman turning and making himself a pigging target? That's another question. Gunmen don't pigging do that. I mean, the two of them are pigging, supposedly, shooting at each other. So the gunman's going to turn around and go, hey, here's me back. You know, I'm not going to shoot you anymore, but you can pick and shoot me. Come on, bud. And then he drives off. And then the neighbour runs down to the junction, gets into this fella's car, and they go after this fella. Okay? Now this fella here doesn't say in his precise description of events, okay, if the car passed him or went in the other direction. Isn't that very telling as well? Because it's very precise up until that point. You see, the thing is, the vehicle itself, if it had passed his vehicle, the neighbour would have shot out the tyres, shot out the pigging windows. Because let's face it, the vehicle is next to the church, okay? The neighbour only has to turn, say to the left, run down to the pigging pavement, wait for the car to go past, and well, bang bang, you're dead. As much as he could have done once the so-called gunman turned his back. Let's listen to the preciseness of this fella.
I parked at the intersection where I'd seen the shooter come out from the church, and a gentleman, the neighbor of the church, had come out yielding a rifle, and the two men started exchanging gunfire. From there, the shooter jumped in his vehicle where he had the door open and the engine running, ready to go, and fled the scene. At that time, the neighbor with the rifle came to my truck, and he opened my door and said he just shot up the church and got in, and he said chase him, and so that's what I did. I just chased him.
And tell us about the high-speed chase. How fast were you going, and was any gunfire exchange during the pursuit?
No, ma'am. Thankfully, there was no gunfire exchange, but I was doing...
So, he could hear the engine of the vehicle because the door was open. He heard the gunshots. He saw the two persons. He's gone specifically with everything, and then leaves off when it comes to the chase of which direction the so-called shooter went in. I think we've had enough of this one, actually. I mean, this Burke. I'll try and find some more pigging footage to get some more exact pieces of evidence with other features of this. But this is evident that this lad here, okay, is telling lies. He's doing a piece to camera with a trusted one. She and others are trusted ones. Those who know that what they're dealing with is a pack of lies, a hoax. Okay? So, it is. We've yet to find some pigging footage of air ambulances that supposedly came on site. We haven't found them. Not one. We've seen a couple of ambulances so far on site, but they're just sitting there. They should be back at the hospital, ready to go out to emergencies, or the drivers in them when they've been outside them, waiting for a call to go into an emergency. All this pigging lot is fakery.
He opened my door and said he just shot up the church and got in, and he he said chase him, and so that's what I did. I just chased him.
And tell us about the high-speed chase. How fast were you going, and was any gunfire exchange during the pursuit?
No, ma'am. Thankfully, there was no gunfire exchange, but I was doing around 90, 95, going down 539 northbound while I was on the phone with dispatch trying to lead them to where he was, or the direction he was going, because it seemed everybody had headed up to the church, and I'm not sure if anybody really...
You see, you're putting your foot in it.
Because it seemed everybody...
Let's just go back one.
...lead them to where he was, or the direction he was going, because it seemed everybody had headed up to the church.
So, he's saying then that he's talking to the dispatch, and that the dispatch is heading everybody to the church. Yeah, right. Okay, you knew this, did you?
And I'm not sure if anybody really realized that he had left and gone that direction, so...
So you were on the phone and you were telling them where you were, and how were you able to keep so calm, Johnny?
It's just one of those things. It was a act now, ask questions later kind of deal. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't something that I needed to freak out about.
So, you were on the phone. You've just omitted the fact that there's a fellow sitting next to you with a rifle. Why isn't he on the phone? Eh? And why isn't he sticking his picking rifle out the frigging window and shooting the back window out of the picking car? I mean, he's doing it all. Did you make a cup of tea whilst you were there, you know, with your steering wheel, 94 miles an hour? You're driving down, chasing this bugger. You're on the phone with one hand. What were you doing with the other? Making coffee or tea? Or preparing some sandwiches? Hey, let's have a picnic of it. Clown.
You know, the situation was in a sense under control, so...
Really?
And as long as I'm behind the wheel, I'm perfectly fine, so...
No. Well, we're glad that you are fine. And tell us what happened at the end of the chase. How did it end?
Well, keep looking at the script.
The gentleman seemed to lose control of his vehicle, and he kind of started veering all over the place until he took out one road sign, and then from there...
He took out one road sign. Could you tell us where the road sign is? Hmm? Right, he took out a road sign. Somewhere. Somewhere. Anybody seen a road sign anywhere? No, some buggers nicked it.
He hit the guardrail and then hit the bar ditch.
Did he?
And at that moment, I stopped probably 25.
What the f... So that's the vehicle, it's come through here. Oh, it's come through here. Let's look at this again. Right, so that's the vehicle. Here's a sign. As they say, some buggers nicked it, Fred. Bast! You can't leave anyone these days, can you? So he came through here and he stopped. How did he pick and stop? Why did he stop? Why is his front end just smashed a bit? Why did he stop? He's got all the pigging field to go through.
And then from there, he hit the guardrail and then hit the bar ditch. And at that moment...
What guardrail? What in America is a guardrail? There's the guardrail there. Okay, I presume that's what you're saying in America, that there's a guardrail here. This is the guardrail, but where's the guardrail here? So, let's get this straight. He's hit the guardrail, young man. That. Ploughed through it. Turned. And managed to come around and done that. Like an S. Because where's the guardrail? got the car in the wrong... They put the car in the wrong picking field. You idiots. You idiots. It's like Nice, isn't it, when they put the pigging truck in the wrong pigging place. The second time they came to do the footage. Oh, they're idiots. Absolute perks. Oh dear. Go on.
He hit the guardrail and then hit the bar ditch.
Really?
And at that moment, I stopped. I stopped probably 20.
So there's a pole there, there's a car there. Let me just check something. Hang on. Let's go on a
The
moment.
gentleman seemed to lose control of his vehicle and
Seemed
he
to.
kind of started veering all over the place until he took out one road sign, and then from there
Oh, there's the post.
he hit the guardrail and then hit the bar ditch.
There's a
And
guardrail.
at that moment, I stopped.
I
stopped probably.
was just wondering if it was closer. Is it closer or is it? I'll just check. Aerial footage. No, I'll give them that. They may have put the car in the
He hit the
wrong field, but close enough, I suppose, to the pole.
guardrail and then hit the bar ditch. And at that moment, I stopped probably 25 yards from him, within a safe distance. To
Now where is it?
The gentleman who was riding with.
Now where is it? If that's the car. I don't know. Or was this a church? Or what? What's this?
With me could get his rifle on him, using my truck for protection, and still have a clear shot.
So that... I don't freaking know.
But also be at a safe enough distance to where if he came out with a pistol or something, it wouldn't be as accurate.
Hey, Johnny, did you ever see the shooter? Did you see any signs of life in the truck after it crashed?
No, ma'am, I sure did not. Once we stopped, the gentleman got out, mounted his rifle on my hood, and the shooter did not get out of his vehicle.
You sure you didn't put it on your head? He's got wings! He's gonna fly! Oh man, I mean, the car's gone through a little bit of a brush and disabled the and ended up in the wrong field. Great. Come on, bud. Keep going.
And Johnny, I have to ask you again, how did you have the presence of mind to be able to do this? His neighbor jumped in with a rifle. You're
I was hypnotised.
Someone who has shot up a church. Just try and help us understand where your presence of mind and how you were able to do that.
That's it. Give us
The gentleman who got in my truck, he had just said all he really got out was he just shot up the church, follow him, and you know that's enough for me to do anything.
What can you tell people about that small town?
From
what I've learned just in the last 24 hours or so, is that it's a great little community. There's definitely a lot of love and definitely a lot of care here. So many people are pitching in, especially.
The dead have gone to heaven and I'm left behind. Oh, don't worry, dear. Crazy, isn't it? What a crazy piece of useless hoax. And we've got the normal. We've got the norm. The cutting and shunting. The stupid git standing here giving a story that doesn't match up to the footage. And the thing is, with all the hoaxes, unlike real life, you've got the beginning, you've got the middle, and you've got the end. All in one short story. It doesn't work in real life. You get the beginning, as we know, that the incident, the person having done the incident itself, what's happened, and then the last piece is to find out who did it and get the detailed information. If they ever find the person who did it, but here you get all three all in one. Whoa, yeah. And If we're fortunate, we get a nice cup of tea and a biscuit. Better than popcorn, innit, and a soda. Aye? Or is it? Depends on your preference. You know, whilst at the movies here, with this B movie, they should serve us, really and truly, they should send us a voucher, basically. The media should send us a voucher. Free Coke and free popcorn. Enjoy yourself. Sit back, relax. Here's what we got for you. Oh, thank you very much. Oh man, what a load of... And this is supposed to be gun control. And equally, you see, the worst offenders, of course, are the US government and the UK government, Australian government, Canadian government, etc., French government. Because they take their guns and they shoot people dead in foreign countries for no reason. That's the sad thing about it. And equally, the sheeple will shout out, need gun control, need gun control. Yes, but you need gun control for who? What's this footage telling you? Who should have gun control imposed upon them? Everybody. No, come on now, come on. Come on, you'll get it in a moment. Do you want some hints? You know what a bad man is? Yes. Right. Now, did the good man, with his rifle, try to disarm the bad man? Yes. Good. Now, who is the good guy and who's the bad guy? The bad guy is the one who shot up the church. The good guy